Hello and welcome back to Chill Under Pressure. I'm Les.
I'm Liz.
I'm Riley.
I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Kirsten.
Today, we are around this table to talk about someone that we love and we still love him and an integral part of our lives. Founder of FM Hero with Adam and I, and also Chill Under Pressure. And he's had some health issues, so you haven't seen him on Chill Under Pressure episodes as of late. And he is now with his Heavenly Father and made complete and whole. And we're here to talk about Rodney Stallnecker today. Rod had a really good sense of humor. He is funny. He was in practical joking and also dry humor.
Super dry.
Super dry humor. He could be super dry, right?
Humor just fine.
So
I would say that's why Liz and Nick were so close with him. Yeah.
So one of the things he did. So Rodney and I, we're like hobbyist photographers. We like taking pictures. Unlike John Carlson over there, who's like a professional level photographer. We were just hobbyists. So, but way back when, I come in and Rod has this setting up on a table. He says, "Hey, I got you something." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's like a $2,000 lens." I think I got you $50-$75 or something. I think it was like Christmas, right? I'm like, "Oh my gosh, really?" I go over there and I pick it up and it's like, "Oh, it's actually just a mug." So it's very funny. What makes it funnier is I don't really use mugs. I've never used it. It just sits, I look at it. And I am going to keep it here at the Chill Under Pressure studio here on out because It was funny. I love it, even though I don't actually use it. It just reminds me of Rodney.
Thus it can live in the studio.
That is funny too, because I walked in, I'm like, wow, that's like a really expensive lens because it's so accurate.
Yeah.
So like it just talks to like all of his attention to detail and like just what he threw into it. But I picked it up. I'm like, people are just walking around this expensive lens. Like I'm just picking it up. I'm gonna secure it. I'm like, whoa, that's super light.
Where's the glass?
Right. It was awesome. Great story. But it is
I would
hard.
say maybe I'll talk next because I know it's like, you guys have a lot of experience, a lot of history, a lot of, memories with him. I'll say I probably have the least at the table, but he still impacted me in a big way, right? He gave me grace when we were first starting out. A lot of you have, the FM Hero team had no idea who I was, how I was going to fit into the mold, right? They knew Liz, they knew how she worked, and with her came me because we owned the agency together. So it, meant a lot that you guys put trust in me and that, Rodney being, one of the main leads and, founders of FM Hero entrusted me with, essentially one of his children, right? Like taking it and being able to, make the mistakes, right? I think when we first started advertising, something happened. I forgot a setting and I spent a little bit of money over what we were initially supposed to spend. And I was like, oh my God, these people are going to hate me. I'm going to get in so much trouble. I told Rodney, he was pretty stoic towards me at first, I would say, until I got to know him better. And I was like terrified to tell him. And really, I should have been terrified to tell Adam, but
Sounds about right.
But I broke the news to Rodney first. So, and I was like, hey, here's the deal. This is what happened. I'm very sorry. I won't let it happen again. Just to let you know, like, I'll eat the cost, like, no worries. Like, I hope you're not too upset. And he was like, I'm glad that you took the initiative. And instead of us having to come to you and be like, why do we have this bill, which honestly would happen at any other agency, but why do we have this bill? What are you going to do about it? We just like took care of it. And I think from that point on, my relationship with Rodney and like the respect we had towards each other just like grew. I'm really glad that I've had a lot of experience previously to joining FM Hero that had made me more willing and caring, I guess, and be as like absolutely transparent, and him giving me that grace to like not write me off and be upset or angry. And maybe he was behind the doors, but I really appreciated that, and I really think that it paved the path for the next few years that we worked together.
I'm sure you're right. That's a principal point that we've operated under, that he operated under, and that is character matters. And when people come forward and say, this is what it is, you go, look, everybody can perform when it's great. It's when things go wrong that you see the metal that somebody's made of. And he was really, that grace that you're talking about was a part of that. It's recognizing that we're all going to make mistakes.
Yep.
And instead of attacking the mistake, look at the person and go, you're handling this right, because mistakes are going to happen. So.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a good balance of like grace and freedom with stuff to explore and try things. I remember he told me one time, like, just this idea that you have to have enough leash to go and explore and things like that, but not enough to hang yourself with.
Yeah.
And he kind of, was really good about that. And to your point, I think even behind closed doors, he was that person. Like, I spent a lot of time he told me this because I asked him, I said, I'd be remiss towards the end here to not ask you for advice, like feedback and stuff. And, I'm into AI and stuff a lot.
What?
No
way.
Get out.
And,
You're not even actually here. It's your AI version that's here.
This is a
hologram.
But I mean, it was awesome because like even in that moment, he was just a very genuine person, and he kind of reminded me of just all that time that like I just would walk into his office and be able to talk through things. And he's like, for nowadays I could just talk to Claude or something and have an answer. But like to sit there in his office and figure things out and be the guy who didn't actually know, but like I wanted to figure out, like he gave a lot of space for that. A lot of whiteboard sessions, and they were all great memories for both of us and stuff like that. And I think being especially the type superior and stuff like that with things, it was like not sure how comfortable to feel. I came from a lot of like really abusive type leadership before. Like I think I even told Adam and Rodney, like, hey, I'm not looking to stick around. And they were very much like, hey, we like to invest in people. Like, would you please consider?
They were like, yeah, we'll make that call.
This is not something you say in an interview.
I know.
I'm a short time in here. And, hope you're all right with that.
Here's the address I need to check it to.
I was hoping that my transparency counted for something, I guess. But like, I wanted to be honest, like with where I was at, and I think they were honest back, and that was like, it was engaging, and then as I got to grow and be under Rodney and have that kind of like freedom, have that opportunity to work through things, I just kept growing, and so there was nowhere else to go. So we kind of hitched our wagons to each other, and as Rapid turned into AGAS and as opportunities kind of opened up, and then FM Hero, it was a no-brainer. So yeah, he's been great about creating that kind of grace with space.
Yeah,
I think
it's rare.
Yeah, I think, and to your point, he was talking with a lot of people. People were coming to him, and he was making them feel better. And I remember there just a few days before he passed, he said like, hey, I want to. So for those who don't know, Rod I was married to his sister previously before she passed. And so to my kids, he's Uncle Rod, or Uncle Roro when they were little. And he said, hey, I want to talk to Jade, who's my oldest daughter. Can you get her here today? So everything else stopped and went and got her and brought her over, dropped her off so that they could have a good conversation. And he's pouring into others, right? And he did it with grace, and he did it with strength and faith, and
even in the midst of immense
pain.
Oh, my goodness.
And I've told some people, like, I know tough people, I know strong people, and I don't know anyone stronger or tougher. The way he went through it. So to your point, Nick, wasn't just you or Jade or others. There was other people coming in. They were leaving like, man, I feel uplifted.
That was true. I mean, I remember when we were at Rapid, and I'll skip the whole beginning of meeting Rod and going, okay, I don't even know this guy. I'm going to let him touch all of our data. All that.
Yeah.
Like,
less that he could do it.
Less than he could do it. I'm not sure I trust Les yet. So, I mean, I was like 12 when we started Rapid. I felt like, but when he would come in my office at Rapid and he was leading teams, and it wasn't just Rodney doing it all anymore, and he would walk in and he would it's like, I can't lead like you. And I'm like, how is how are you making me feel so much better in this moment? Like all the time. I mean, even on his reviews, he'd come in and I'd tell him, like, I can't protect you. I can't do this for you. You have to make the ask. I remember one time he came in and he had taken a major step forward. I mean, grew the team a tremendous amount. The company was going that direction. We were investing heavily in it. And he came in, he's like, well, I think 10% is a fair raise. And I was like, okay, you're not doing a good job at this, buddy. How about 30%? Next year, do better.
Oh my gosh.
Because I mean, like, he was humble. And he's like, I feel like this is, I'm not there yet. This is what I'm aspiring to. I'm like, man, you gotta push a little bit more. But he did all the time. He would always tell me, I can't lead like you. And I'm like, you're not supposed to. I mean, Hero wouldn't exist if it weren't for Rod and Les,
Right.
because
100%.
I was in not a awesome spot. Like, I was recovering from having invested too much of my soul into something and making it who I was as opposed to the thing I worked on. And I had to learn a little bit about that over a couple of years. I spent a couple of years pounding nails into wood. And during that time, Rod came and Les came and they're like, we want to do this thing. We know it's valuable. We know it's there. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be in, but I'm out. Like, I'll help. But it was his vision about what this could be and where it could go that led to where we are. And granted, it's taken a lot of twists and turns. It takes an incredible team. I mean, I can't express how much Nick has been the brainchild behind how we got this done, but the concepting of where we're headed and what Hero could be really was in a spot where I'm not that creative person. And so to have somebody who's creative and then so humble too about, he's like, well, I don't know how to get there. I don't know. And it's like, you're already doing it.
Yeah.
You're already on the way.
Yeah. And I'm like, overall just taking, I need to do this, and this. How do you connect them? I don't know, but that's what I need.
Yeah.
And then Rod's like, okay, like, can you break it down a little bit? I'm like, no.
And then
When can we have it?
And then when we got it, we're like, that's not it. Do it again.
Do it again.
That sums up every effing Hero meeting I've ever been to.
Just ones and zeros, man. Make it work. How long?
Lots.
I think you're creative, though. I think you've actually had a lot of ideas, and Rod's always had a great ability of translating this idea into something. Like, he was very clear about like protecting the intention of what you were after and stuff like that, and what the business wanted. And so he did a great job of like communicating that very thoroughly. He's the only guy I knew who could read like just tons of information, like an AI. Like, I mean, you just send him a lot of information, he would just read through it and stuff. So he was very attentive to details and stuff like that in a way that we needed.
Yeah, he was very smart, and his memory for stuff was incredible.
Yeah.
You talked about detail. This is a Rodney thing. I'm obviously involved with helping his family at this point, Les is as well. And I got to look at his life insurance policy, and he was a Ramsey guy. So at the time that he got his policy, he literally did a 10x of his salary, and that was the exact number. Like, the rest of us round. He's like,
He's like in 95 cents.
I just chuckled when I said, like, that's Rod. Like, that's
Hilarious.
a detail. Like, I mean, it was a moment for me, and I just started chuckling while I'm sitting at the kitchen table. I thought, that's so Rod.
That's funny.
So funny.
That's really funny.
I think the word that keeps coming back to me is like genuine. Like, I'm a people person. I love people. Like, I'll sit there, but most people have like that layer that you have to penetrate. Not Rod. Like, Rod will show you who he is. Like, he had nothing to hide. He was always there for you. And business brought Rod and I together. I had come from this massive global conglomerate, business, and I want to get out of that. I'm like, and these people they had unlimited funds to do whatever they wanted, and they chose Salesforce as their platform, and that's where I learned to hate it.
Don't we all?
Right, because he's a recovering sales.
It's a great tool as long as you know how to use it. The problem is not a lot of people are real versed in it, and Rodney was. So when I came in and I met Rodney, at first you kind of sit back, you're like, all right, I'm gonna take inventory of this guy. Oh, there it is. Like, he just walks in and he's just there. He's there to solve problems. Mm-hmm. And so then he's laying out in training, oh, this is what we've developed. And when he said we've developed, he's like, this is my concepts that I've been plugging into Salesforce. And it totally, I went to Les at the time, and I go, where did you guys get this stuff? I mean, this plugin alone is worth a ton of money. You know, he could have taken this plugin and run to like the Salesforce. They have like these huge like conventions just around Salesforce. He can run right into that and pitch that alone. But Rapid Recovery had that proprietary thing that he had developed that made normal schlubs like me like Salesforce and could operate in Salesforce. And so that was my initial back and forth. And then our relationship just kept growing and growing. And you could tell he was so patient with everyone he came in contact with, and he could, okay, one more time, you know, he could work. So I just really appreciated Rod for just the genuine person that he was. You never felt like you were competing for a spot in his life. You were never competing against somebody else. He was there to solve a problem. He was there and he had that almost eternal perspective for the value that you brought as a person. And that's what I really appreciated, because I never felt like less than. He never made me feel like I never left doubting, you know. And one of my favorite times, you know, my favorite all-time things with the FM Hero side and his leadership style was, I am truly going to lead from behind. I'm literally going to push my team. The first thing he did was personality quizzes. Like, hey, here's our personality. We need to work together. And he led from that real leader perspective that you mentioned it before. I just came out from a really bad leadership style, you know. And this is like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. That humble servant.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. It was just this humble place to lead, and he did it. He wasn't faking. He wasn't learning it. He did it, and that's what I loved.
He would say, "Well, I don't know how to lead through this." I'm like, "You just do you.
Yeah,
it's happening for you." And you know, there's skills of leadership that are important, but he would read prodigiously of like, how do I do better? And he would always struggle, because he'd tell me like, but all these leaders that you read about, they're all, because they're writing books and they're out front, they're all very not like him.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I know, that's definitely more my personality, to like be charging out front. Come on, everybody, let's go, right? Mm-hmm. But instead, he was behind everybody, encouraging them and to be the best they could be in their role, and providing them the resources that they needed.
Yes.
And that humble servant leader.
He's the one going around setting up the ladders for you to climb.
He was, absolutely.
Yeah. It really felt like that. And
they're always leaning on the right buildings.
That's right.
Always, I mean, because he was thinking ahead. Like, I see it every day. We have pictures around the house, and he was a hobby photographer, Les mentioned. And one year, we were talking, and he said, well, I'll do your family photos. And it was the age where all of our kids were like, I think Gabby might have been 5 or 6. And so they have these 3 little ducklings, and Karen and I are walking in. And he did, like, a great photographer has the eye to catch a moment. And it's because they see the moment. I don't even see the moment. Like, I'm like oblivious to it until I see somebody else catch it. I'm like, oh, wow, that's cool. And I get to walk around my house and see my family moment caught, because he saw it. He saw what was really going on. Because at one point he goes, hey, you guys were just walking away, and you just need to do it again, because there's something there. And then we have this fantastic picture where we're all holding hands walking away, and he did it in like sepia or black and white, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a camera guy. Yeah. And it's just the coolest picture ever.
I will say, on the photography side, I got started first, right? And I went with Canon. And he always thought he would get a Canon. Then one day he goes, I got my camera. I'm like, cool. And it's a Nikon. And I'm like, how are we going to share lenses? But he's like, I always thought I'd go Canon, but then I started holding and play with him. So I went with Nikon because he liked the feel of it better. But I always go back and forth. Because you chose poorly.
Those Nikon guys are awesome, I hear.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I was like, but we were supposed to be able to share lenses.
I want to hop in. You guys are super talkative. But I want to go off of what John was saying. I'm actually going to turn this, because I am not a loud voice like Adam. So, and we're not re-recording this session.
There. Which means I have to be very quiet.
No, it just means you take it back. Jumping off of what John was saying with Salesforce, and you can go around to other companies asking them like what their sales, or talking about Salesforce, and a lot of them will say like, meh, or I don't like it, but we have to use it. Rod built our Salesforce to be something that set our expectations so high that when you talk to other people about it, like they're amazed. You guys were saying they're amazed to see what we did with it, or what Rod did with it rather. And I think that just like encapsulates how he handled people too. He dumped 110% into every person he was around, and it made them so much more than if he would have left them alone. The great but different part about my relationship with Rod was that he was actually Brandon's boss first at Rapid. And if everybody knows extrovert, squirrel-minded Brandon, you tell him he's going to be the IT technical nerd, and that's hilarious. Because he's not like tuck him away in the closet with the red stapler kind of guy.
Brandon is Kirsten's husband.
Yes. For context, Brandon is my husband. Sorry. But in that case, Rodney still saw the potential in Brandon, and he might have been the world's most extroverted IT guy, where he's never going to stay at his desk. But he became.
Didn't even know he had one.
Yeah. Everybody else's desk was Brandon's desk. But he got the job done really well, and he learned so much under Rodney, and he learned leadership and guidance and just the technical side that I don't think he ever would have picked up from anybody else. But that was because Rodney saw an opportunity and just started dumping into him. And he would not be in the same place he is today without him. And so it was kind of funny when Rod came and hunted me down for FM Hero. And we made the decision to join the team. And Brandon started giving me all this advice of like, well, here's how Rodney works as a boss and everything. And I tried to go into that from day one headspace. And Rodney's like, wait, hold on. You and Brandon aren't the same people. I'm not going to treat you the same way. I'm not going to handle you the same way. Let me pour into you, not whatever version you're preparing from Brandon's notes. And that made a world of difference for sure. I do have to also bring up a story because I remember Brandon telling me about it, but I need like help with this. Dreamforce was like your guys' most epic journeys with Rodney in rapid years.
They were a lot of fun, yeah.
Brandon would bring back stories. Apparently Nick has like a step-by-step plan on how to get the most out of Dreamforce.
By getting the most
Getting
out
the
of it.
swag.
Swag. That was the whole goal for Nick. Get swag.
You got to bring some swag too, though.
Yeah,
That was
Swagger.
what we did.
That's what we did.
when Nick tells Brandon, who comes home and tells me I need to bring a whole extra suitcase for all of the stuff I'm going to bring home, I had questions. But apparently there was a story where one night you guys were out just roaming Dreamforce. It was really late. And somehow by the end of the evening, Rodney came home with a hot dog in his pocket or something like that.
I think he lost his hot dog. He was like, where'd it go? And he just totally lost it. It was like, it was one of those like,
hot dog in his pocket.
Lost my food.
he was really determined to have the hot dog in the end.
It really was. I feel like we talk a lot about Rodney's work ethic. I mean, or like his work character, which is obviously great. Like he was one of my first bosses. And I think I have like similar experiences as you guys do. How he just like let me grow in my role. But like outside of work, like even like work events like A-Rock and stuff like that, it was like always, he was like such a different person. He was like very lively, kind of like life of the party sometimes. It was so different. The hot dog story, like at Dreamforce and stuff like that. So
That's where his humor came out.
Yeah.
Right? Because at work,
Uh-huh.
he got
Yep.
kind of more serious.
yeah,
He
he
was
was very
focused.
stoic.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And then you get him in these spots, and you're like, I didn't know it was inside there.
Yeah. You're like, wait,
That
you're really funny.
that dry snark would kind of come
Yeah.
out, and you're like, okay, we're there now.
Yeah, he was very curious. I mean, even his, like, you guys kind of talked about some of his teaching, like his teaching style, and you mentioned the humility, like, it was like in his tone. Like, he would ask questions. Like, I get accused that I ask a lot of why questions, but sometimes mine comes off and people feel very defensive. Like, why are you attacking me with, like, why? His was like a very genuine, curious, like,
Oh yeah,
I
like
just
very
wanna understand.
inquisitive.
Yeah, very
Mhm.
inquisitive. Like, you didn't feel like he was trying to catch you or, you know, trap you in any way. He was just very much trying to understand. And it was, as you said earlier, genuine. And it just had a humble tone to it.
Mhm.
I was actually going to bring that up. He never, so many times there'd be like a conflict role where, you know, people, their egos get in the way. he never allowed his ego. He always was searching for the resolve or the compromise. It was really outstanding to watch. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like he really brought that.
Yeah, he's definitely
spirit.
someone who, like, a lot of us have to work at it, right? Do you want to be right or you want to win?
Right.
Yeah.
And he's always looking for what's the objective.
Yeah.
And what gets us to the objective. I can be wrong as long as the objective gets met and we get there. So if this way works better, I want to hear about it because, that way is better. And it didn't have anything to do with whether it was his idea or yours.
My favorite thing was the classic argument between Rodney and Les over Slack. Like I have a great photo of them arguing over the use of Slack, and it's the
actually.
It doesn't matter because he was in charge. And he said that.
I know.
We went through this at the beginning.
But I mean, he would seriously like entertain that. It was the funniest thing. I would sit there and record these arguments. It was fantastic.
There are more debates.
I think the biggest testament to who Rodney is the family that he's left behind.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. Like watching them interact and stuff like that. Even like I've seen him interact with your kids and stuff like that. I was like, man, he's like a great uncle. Like, and just like the relationship. I mean, there was times because I only saw the work version, and then when I come and see kind of into his personal life, just the relationship he has with his kids, but also with his nieces and nephews and stuff like that was super special.
One of my sons was, I don't remember what it was about, but he was talking to Rodney about something. All of a sudden he's like, "Dad," I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I never realized Uncle Rodney was so smart." Dude's smart, man. And he'll pull information back from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was probably 15, 16 at the time, but they got into a conversation on something. And he's like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like most people that I interact with and customers, whether it's when I was in corporate or running my own business and then coming in with you guys, is like they don't really know anything about marketing. So they question some of their questions are just like, why did I turn this on and not get money? Right?
Don't take offense at him. Don't take offense at him. I'll always sit over there and like,
Every entrepreneur I know thinks they're a genius at marketing, self included.
But so
There's an exception.
I think that
I'm not one
is
of
he
them.
one? I'm just kidding.
I was talking about Rodney.
That's true.
He was one, because that leads directly into my point, right? Is people would question my ability to run a successful ad campaign, or does she really know what she's talking about? You know, she's a young woman who is just getting her career started. I started doing it when I was 19. So people didn't take me seriously, or, you know, they thought that, oh, okay, she's just like a dumb blonde, right? But they also didn't challenge me the way that Rodney did. And it scared me. Like when I first started with FM Hero, we were running ads, and we were running ads for a little bit. We paused for a short time of 4 years. And then we came back. And when we came back, everyone's like, all hands on deck. And it's challenged me, obviously, because nothing like FM Hero exists on the market. I'm used to working with plumbers and HVAC companies and established industry businesses that I have like a world of knowledge I can go look up, and what is the benchmarks and how does it work and how is it supposed to work? And I had none of that. So I felt very exposed and like out of my element. And to Nick's point is he would ask why questions. And I was like, oh my God, he thinks I'm doing bad. He thinks that I'm not getting what we need. He thinks that, you know, because I wasn't used to those very specific direct questions, because he understood. He wanted to understand more, right? But I was like, nobody really asked me that. And it made me do a lot of research. It made me learn the program. It made me learn the industry, because I had no clue, right? Like from when we first started in, I don't know, right after COVID 2020, and then to when we actually were launching the platform, and I was using the wrong terminology. Like, yeah, you know, the gas and the refrigerant and the Freon, like, you know, the Freon. And she's like, stop saying that. It's not right. And I was like, I don't know. And so
like, don't do that in front of Adam.
I probably did though. And I would say that Rodney pushed me the same way that my mentor pushed me. And I think that it was very intimidating. But once I saw past that and I saw that he was actually only trying to make me better
And to learn.
Right?
I mean,
he
was
wanted
just
to learn
naturally
too.
inquisitive, and
Yeah.
so he
Right.
saw something, you know, with your personality that could come across as affrontive, like, oh wait, you're challenging me.
Yeah.
And in reality, I mean, it doesn't take long to realize that's not Rodney at all.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
He's just
And
He's
generally
just
trying to
curious.
learn and get
Yeah.
the best results.
so he would
and,
first,
and encourage you.
And
At the same
encourage
time.
at the same
Every
time,
voice
all
to the
three of those
table,
things.
like,
That's
he
right.
wanted to know all of the like different views of the
Yeah.
Right.
Like
And-
everybody's
yeah.
opinion on it.
And at first he would send me, a Slack message and ask this one.
And then 3 days later, you'd find it.
I actually find them right as they come in, typically.
Not on
Les.
time.
Most people
Um,
just check their stuff.
I don't
Most
know.
people just check their notifications.
If
But
you have the app on your phone, it works.
because he doesn't open his laptop for 3 days.
And then he has to go.
Because
And then he has to go to the browser because he doesn't
Hey,
have the app on his
listen,
laptop.
listen, I'm just gonna
clean his laptop
listen.
before he can use it. I don't know how we got into less
Listen,
stuff, but
I-
we're gonna go. Let's go after it.
listen. All I'm saying is on LinkedIn, Slack put a thing about all this stuff they could do, and Rodney actually commented like, "I just want to be able to find what's in my Slack," and I was like, "Bing!"
He did that just for you. Right?
Oh, he certainly
Did
did.
yeah,
Try
but
to
like,
give you a little bow.
but yeah, I think the messages would cause me anxiety at first when I see Rodney message me and I would say, oh gosh, what did I do? And then maybe like a month went by and I was like, wait, he's asking questions that I do know the answers to, but now I can educate him. I can help him and he can help me, in verse. And then we became really like that collaborative, bouncing ideas off of each other. I could go to him and say, hey, I have this kind of off the wall idea, but do you think that makes sense? And he really helped push me and make me grow just like he did with you guys, right? And, I had a shorter time of him being able to do that with me, but it was still very impactful. I still like to do way more research now than I did before I met him. And so I can make sure any client that comes to me, I'm like ready for those hard hitting questions because, they caught me off guard at first, but he helped me realize that I really do know what I'm talking about when I had so many people that put that doubt in me for so long before.
As I hear you say it, I'm thinking of that. Do you remember that movie Hook, where he's like,
Hook.
Yeah.
Hook.
yeah,
Sorry.
Peter Pan's like, it's Robin Williams. He's gonna learn
Yeah.
to fly again,
And
and he's like, "You're doing it, Peter." like you're
Yeah.
believing. Like there's this like, so it's like,
No, it's true.
when you're
yeah.
saying, I'm like, yes, you're whiteboarding. Yes, like
Yeah, right. And it's just really inspirational. And I was like trying to think of like all the interactions I had with him, in preparation for this. And, unfortunately, it wasn't very many, but the ones that, even though it was still such a limited amount, it was still really special.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think that's where I got my connection with Rodney, even way back at Rapid. He is the only person, I won't say in my life, but the only person that was excited and encouraging me to break stuff.
Yes.
That's where I got my start. I know he cringed and like crawled under his desk every time I walked into his office, was like, guess what I did?
Well, I think Riley, just go back to it. I think Riley has just, and Kirsten and Nick, I think you just highlighted all the details of all the experiences that we all kind of felt whenever we're working with Rodney. And that's exactly, you're saying those things and like, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
And I think that like that rhymes with a lot of our experiences, no matter where we're at. When I came on to Definitely Hero, he's like, great, sales, right? We're going to have to document this and start writing processes for, I'm like, what are you talking about? He's already 5 years down the road.
Oh yeah.
He's like, because when we bring on teams, we got to have a process. I'm like, Rodney, this could change 10 times. Right. But what if it doesn't? Like, he's already going down the process.
Yeah.
route
He's
and-
like, I
and
know that
asking.
it will. And that's why we're doing it now. So
Right.
that we can reiterate.
Right.
Like that was his, yeah.
Exactly. So I feel what you're saying 100%. I think I'm seeing a lot of that.
So speaking of that, how are those coming?
Fantastic.
I think what will be obvious and evident is for years to come, Rodisms will keep showing up
Oh, yeah.
because I mean they're just like, well, Rodney would have done it that way. Rod would say, like, it just kind of makes it fun with all the memories and all the foundation setting. It's it's going to be a really, really cool future.
Well, I know the last couple times I talked to him, he was like, I'm proud of this team. Like everybody at this table and everybody that we're dealing with, he was just speaking so highly of this group and what we're trying to accomplish and where the product is and where it's going to be going. He had such a vision. Like you said, I think he's going to have those fingerprints just all over this thing for years and years to come.
Les would know better than me, but I think even on his LinkedIn profile, like it basically it's about how proud he is of his team.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yep.
something that like, if that is, I mean, here's everybody, trying to posture themselves to say how great they are on some level to be recruited or whatever.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is like, I've got a great team.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a great statement. And that's like, not just the people at this table, it's the developers, we've got as well. Like he's super proud of them and speaks very highly and stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, his whole thing was to push. And it was hard sometimes when you're under that, because I felt that pressure that you were talking about. But I realized like any leadership role has like a megaphone. Like they could be whispering, but it's coming through a megaphone.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
louder.
Yeah.
And so there's this feeling of like, oh, but like he was so soft spoken about it
Right.
in a way that like, and
It
kind of like,
also-
hey, I'm
It
gonna
also
put this
makes it
down.
more scary. I'm like, why are you being so calm? Why are you being so quiet about it? Why are you like, so tell me, what exactly were those conversions and why did they come in that way? And what are we going to do to improve upon it? And I'm like,
But those same conversations could also turn into just a personal, like, hey, how's life going?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was something where like there was no like clock in, clock out with
Right.
Rodney
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, and that's why he didn't have to like be one person and turn into another kind of thing.
Mm.
And so there were a lot of just natural conversations that grew our friendship, but that also broke down those kind of those barriers that I had up basically more so than him with those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's wild that you're saying that he didn't think he was a good leader, because he definitely was.
Yeah.
You're
Well, that's the
right.
humility. That's his
Yeah.
the spirit of being humble and trying to and knowing like I still haven't arrived, right? And so he's always looking at, oh, I could have done that better. I could be better here. And so I think that just played into, that space, even though he's a fantastic leader.
Yeah.
But also for me, it was a way for him to encourage me. He's
Mhm.
like, but you're really good at this thing. It's
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
well, thanks.
Tell me I'm pretty.
I mean, it was in both ways. It was humility and encouragement.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
That's incredible character.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't really want to wrap this one up, but we're going to have to. So I'm Les. Love you, Rod. I'm glad that our lives were so intertwined for so many years. I think you were 10 when I met you. So
Oh my God.
love you. I'm Les.
I'm Liz.
I'm Riley.
Probably should have ended with that.
Yeah.
Love you, Rod. I'm John.
I'm Nick, and I thank you for everything, Rod.
I'm Adam. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, friend.
And I'm Kirsten. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time on Chill Under Pressure.